Hi, I really appreciate the opportunity to tell my story. My name is Vernon Hood Taylor, and I'm a product of the military educational system. I took advantage of the opportunities that were offered and have spent my entire professional career working within the arena. I was former director of the Lifelong Learning Program for the Marine Corps and currently work for National University as the Associate Vice President for Military and VA programs. I selected to work for National University because I was given the opportunity to continue my lifelong career efforts of helping others, especially the military community. National University is a private nonprofit institution of higher education in California, founded in 1971. It is headquartered in La Jolla, California. National University offers academic degree programs at campuses located throughout the state of California, one campus in Nevada, and one online. My story? My story as a child growing up in OKKEFEENOKEE Swamp, Sandybottom, Georgia, near the Georgia-Florida border, I never imagined that one day I would be the #1 educator for the Marine Corps off-duty voluntary education program, the director of lifelong learning. You see, I went to an all-black school, Atchison County Training School. We received new books every year. However, they had always been used and had someone else's name in them. You see, the books usually were from the school about 2 miles down the road, which was an all-white school. Thinking positive, we were always excited when the white school got new books, because we knew we were going to get newer books. And yet, the books serve us well. As I graduated from Atchison County Training School, valedictorian of my class, I knew I was not ready for college and frankly did not want any more schooling. Being an only child, the only thing I wanted to do really was to get away from mom and dad. Also, knowing that mom and dad were not going to allow me to sit around and do nothing, I had the support from a cousin that lived in Atlanta to help me get a job in Atlanta. I got my first formal job at 19 years old in Atlanta as a plastic bottle plant company expert, used in making plastic bottles. The company was known as Owens in Illinois, located in East Point. Of course, having worked in Sandybottom in the fields in tobacco, cotton, sugarcane, catching chickens, dipping turpentine, and selling moonshine, excelling in the plastic bottle process was easy. In less than a couple of weeks, I was promoted on the job and decided to purchase my first car, a 1960 Chevrolet Impala. In less than 3 months, my car was stolen with all my possessions, and I had nowhere to go. Definitely not back to the swamp. The reporting process for my stolen car was being conducted in front of a fast food chain while I sat on the sidewalk crying. The police finally asked me what I was going to do. Of course, I had absolutely no idea until I looked up at the police, and behind his head there was a gigantic billboard that read, "Join the people who join the Army." Not having any idea about the Army, I told the police that I was going to join the people that join the Army. The police said, "Sure you are. Now keep moving because the store manager is asking us to move from blocking his entrance." Well, the next day, I went to meet an Army recruiter. During the process, the Army recruiter asked me where I would like to be stationed. Since I was upset about my car being stolen, to release anger, I asked could I go to Vietnam. I was informed that there was no more assignment for Vietnam. I asked if I could go to Europe, and the recruiter said they could send me to Germany. I said I wanted to go to Europe. The recruiter said, "Okay, we'll send you to Europe." Remember, some of the books we received had many of the pages that was thrown out at the Atchison County Training School. I was taught well about life, dignity, decency, respect. However, it took me some time to realize some of those pages were missing some very important information, like Germany was in Europe, and as you know, the rest of the story. I joined the Army and was stationed in Germany for 3 years. I appreciated after a year and a half being in Germany, being in Europe. While in Germany, I immediately learned German and fell in love with a little German girl. Her name was Renata, that I've been married to for more than 42 years. Needless to say, I got out of the Army and returned to Germany and stayed another total of 23 years. After marrying Renata and not given the option to fail, I was highly encouraged by Renata to take advantage of the educational opportunities that was provided by the military community. Oh yes, she encouraged me a lot. Because of her pushing, I became part of an imaginable community, the military community, a community that you are not only forced to take care of yourself, you are forced to think about those that are part of your community. Not only did I become a part of this community, I became a product of its system, a great system, a system that takes people from all walks of life and provides the opportunity to become not only great within the system, but great within any community in America, in the world. As many today, I was and still willing to fight, to die, to be a part of this community. As many today, I too became a part of this community, looking for an opportunity, be it economical, educational guidance, and a discipline. There was no academic test to become a part of this community. There was no SAT score, a Miller analogies, a GRE, a GMAT, a quotas to stop you. It's true. You are really given the opportunity to be all you can be. This is a community that believes for one to be great, all must be great. All have something to give, and all must give. I chose the route of making sure that all I met are aware of the opportunities that are available to them and that I can enhance the availability of those opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a product of the military community and its educational system. In my journey, to support service members, I worked as a drug and alcohol counselor, a transition assistant manager, an academic advisor, a guidance counselor, education officer, equal employment opportunity specialist, personal service director, and director of military educational programs. I've traveled all over the country for the American experience, seeking to touch and understand that makes this nation great. It's been a fulfilling journey, a meaningful experience that has made me a better person, more understanding, more appreciative of people, and especially our military people. Individuals that serve in the military and their families have given a lot and still have lots to give. My continued effort is to assist them in fine-tuning their experiences to a successful transition, maintaining the greatness they provided while in service. Why do I do what I do? Why do you do what you do? Why are we here? To make a difference in other lives. I see myself in them. I was given the same opportunities and support. As was done for me, my goal is to make sure that every service member can enrich their lives by taking part in educating themselves. Yes, once again, for I too am a product of the system. I heard a speech years ago from a professor from Webster University that wanted to leave the audience with hope for the future. I hope to instill some of that hope and encouragement here by reiterating some of his words. He stated, "I am concerned that America may find itself in the middle of a crossfire where hate is growing faster than love, and the victims are people like you and me, innocent bystanders, caught in this societal drive-by shooting. I am afraid that if Americans do not find a way to come together, then nothing will stop us from growing apart. Our people, our mission is to point the young in the right direction, to empower them through education." He also used a quote from former Congressman J.C. Watts of Oklahoma to capture the challenges that lay ahead of us for our nation. It read, "America needs to be a place where all of us can feel a part of the American dream. But it would not happen by dividing us into racial groups. It would not happen by trying to turn the poor against the rich. It will not happen by asking Americans to accept what is immoral and wrong in the name of tolerance. America must find a way to put our differences aside. I agree with JC that the future of America would be good if all of us come to realize that we can do more together than we can do apart. There are far too many people content to go through life like a fish goes through water, leaving no visible trails behind. There are too many people satisfied, engaging in the superficial, more concerned about the goods they have and could care less about the good they can do. The challenge for all of us is to come to grips with the fact that it's not so much where we are that matters, but in what direction we're going. What this nation needs is an army of believers dedicated to ensure that our future remains in good hands. I understand that it would take a ton of self-discipline. If it wasn't so easy, it wouldn't be a challenge to succeed. If it was that simple, everybody would do it. Focus on purpose is not easy. Avoiding failure is not an option. Embrace the belief that taking responsibility is a verification of the belief and substance of what you do. You have been trained to do so. I leave you with a parting advice. Please don't allow the rain of discontent to wash your hopes and dreams away. Don't let the unexpected showers of life to rain on your spirit of enthusiasm, patriotism, compassion for one another. You've got to believe that there's nothing better. There's no place greater than America. The military's greatest investment is in its people. Service members are the most valuable assets in our society today. They are tasked to represent, protect, and defend our nation's interests all over the world. When they transition, we should expect no less and should provide no less. The services and our educational opportunities must constantly reevaluate the capabilities and their commitment to continue to strengthen our nation. This requires a continuing effort to improve the quality of life for all members, and I continue to join this effort. Voluntary education programs are an irrefutable part of moving quality of life. As technology advances and quality expectations increase, we must prepare our service members and their families to face both personal and professional challenges. By helping them develop their full potential and become the total citizen, we will merely help make our nation better equipped to face the internal and external challenges, whatever they will be, thus maintaining our ultimate goal of keeping America great.